Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going deep into one of the most anticipated tech releases of the year, .NET 9. We are going to explore all the new features, performance improvements, and changes that Microsoft has packed into this release. Whether you are a seasoned .NET developer or just getting started, this video is going to have something for you. So make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and click the bell icon to stay updated on all the latest content. Trust me, you don't want to miss what .NET 9 has in store. .NET 9 is a major new release in the .NET ecosystem, building on the power of previous versions like .NET 6, 7, and 8. It introduces performance improvements, new libraries, and updated tools for developers, whether you are working on cloud apps, desktop, mobile, or IoT solutions. .NET 9 continues to push the boundaries of modern development, keeping Microsoft's framework at the forefront of software development in 2024. If you've been working with .NET for a while, you know Microsoft loves to make each release more performant, feature-rich, and developer-friendly. .NET 9 is no exception. So let's break it down, starting with what we know from the official .NET blog. Now, if you want to keep up to date with all the tech news, you've probably come across the .NET blog. They've been dropping a ton of valuable information about .NET 9. Let's take a look at some of the important blog topics that have been released recently about .NET 9. Throughout the past few months, Microsoft has been teasing us with preview releases. These blogs explain all the preview features and what we can expect in the final release. You'll see discussion around performance improvements, API changes, and detailed insight from Microsoft engineers. There is always a focus on performance in these blog posts. For example, they dive into how .NET 9 improves startup times, memory consumption, and overall application responsiveness. Whether you are developing larger-scale web apps or smaller mobile apps, these optimizations matter. Topics like .NET Aspire, Blazor Hybrid, .NET 9 performance improvements, and cloud-native enhancements have all been covered in the blog. So if you want to geek out over the future of software development, that's the place to go. I'll leave you a link to the .NET blog in the description, so go ahead and check it out if you want to dive into the nitty-gritty details. Next up, let's talk about the versioning of .NET based on the .NET Core support policy. If you are new to .NET or just curious about how Microsoft handles their releases, this will clear things up for you. The versioning of .NET plays a crucial role in how developers approach building, maintaining, and upgrading their applications. Microsoft uses two main types of releases in .NET ecosystem: LTS or long-term support releases. These versions offer 3 years of support from the release date and focus on providing stability and security. Current releases. These versions come with 18 months of support, including feature updates and improvements, but without the extended support that LTS versions provide. Okay, with that in mind, let's go through .NET 6, 7, 8, and 9 in terms of versioning, support, and how they fit into the ecosystem. .NET 6. This was a huge release because it was the first LTS version after the unification of .NET Core and the old .NET framework. LTS means you get 3 years of support, and it's ideal for enterprise projects or anything that needs stability over cutting-edge features. .NET 7. This version was released as a current release, meaning it was packed with new features, but it wasn't LTS. It had a shorter support period, around 18 months, which was great for developers looking to try out new features early. .NET 8. This is another LTS version, and it's what a lot of developers are still focusing on, especially for production apps. With 3 years of support, .NET 8 is stable, feature-rich, and built to last. .NET 9. Now we are moving into .NET 9, which as of now is still in the RCO release candidate phase. It's set to be a current release, so it's perfect for developers who want to adopt the latest and greatest features but may not need to long-term support that .NET 8 offers. And remember, the LTS versions are more focused on stability, while the current versions like .NET 9 are more about pushing the technology forward with cutting-edge features. So if you are working on projects where you want to be more on the edge of innovation, you'll want to try .NET 9. But for larger scale mission critical apps, you might want to stick to LTS versions like .NET 8. Now let's dive into the heart of today's topic, the new features and improvements in .NET 9 as outlined in this detailed overview. This is where things get excited. .NET 9 introduces major improvements across the board, and I'm gonna break them down for you. .NET Runtime Enhancements. The runtime has received numerous improvements. You'll see much better garbage collection performance, which translates to less memory use and faster application execution, especially for larger scale applications or cloud-based services. .NET libraries. New and optimized libraries have been introduced, making it easier for developers to implement JSON serialization, cryptographic operations, and file I/O. The new APIs also enhance cloud-native development, providing better integration with services like Azure. .NET SDK. There is a big push towards making the SDK more cloud-ready. This includes better support for containerized applications, so if you are deploying to Docker or Kubernetes, you'll find this super helpful. ML.NET. If you are into machine learning, ML.NET continues to evolve in .NET 9. You will find new models that allow you to easily implement tasks like predictive analysis or recommendation engines in your apps. .NET Aspire is Microsoft's way of future-proofing .NET for AI, big data, and cloud-native workloads. The AI revolution is in full swing, and having a development platform like .NET that's optimized for this future is a big deal. Developers who adopt .NET 9 with Aspire will have all the tools needed to build the next generation of AI-enhanced scalable applications. ASP.NET Core. One of the most significant updates in .NET 9 is to ASP.NET Core. The focus is on improving performance and adding new features for minimal APIs, Blazor, and gRPC. This makes it much easier to build fast, modern web applications. There are also improvements to authentication and authorization, making security in your apps more straightforward. .NET MAUI. If you are developing cross-platform mobile apps, .NET MAUI is getting better too. .NET 9 brings more features to make building apps for iOS, Android, macOS, and Windows from a single codebase even more efficient. EF Core. Entity Framework Core continues to get better. EF Core in .NET 9 supports more complex queries and better optimization for working with databases, which is key for building scalable, data-driven apps. C# 13. The introduction of C# 13 with .NET 9 adds new language features that make writing concise, powerful code easier than ever. Some of these features include better pattern matching, more intuitive Lambda expression, and better integration with cloud-based services. Alright, so that wraps up the key new features and improvements in .NET 9. From the enhanced .NET runtime to the upgrades in .NET libraries, ML.NET, ASP.NET Core, and the exciting future with .NET Aspire. There is a lot to look forward to in this release. If you want to dive deeper into all the new features I've discussed, I've dropped a link to the official documentation in the description below, so make sure to check it out. Next up, we are going to explore the ASP.NET Core 9 release notes and take a look at how web development has been improved in .NET 9. Stay tuned for more. Let's dive into the topics from the ASP.NET Core 9 release notes, which you can find here. This page outlines the new features, improvements, and bug fixes in ASP.NET Core 9, focusing on how it enhances developer productivity and performance, especially in Blazor, SignalR, and static asset management. Now I'll guide you through each of the important new features with sample code where relevant. Okay, let's check out some of the features that have been added to .NET 9. There are quite a lot of them, and we can't cover them all in the time for this video, but we will go over a few. The first feature is related to .NET MAUI Blazor Hybrid and Web App Solution template. This template allows developers to create hybrid apps that leverage Blazor for both web and native mobile desktop app development using .NET MAUI. It enables you to share component and business logic between native apps and web apps. It simplifies cross-platform app development by offering a unified codebase, cutting development time significantly. You no longer need separate projects for web and mobile. To begin, install the .NET 9 SDK and set up the .NET MAUI workload, which includes the necessary template. Use the following command in a command shell to create solution for the project template. The template is also available in Visual Studio. Next part is about static asset delivery optimization. ASP.NET Core 9 optimizes the delivery of static assets such as CSS, JavaScript, and images. With caching, compression, and optimized delivery pipelines, applications become faster. In this code snippet in ASP.NET Core 9, the key change is the use of app.map static assets instead of the traditional app.use static files. App.map static assets optimize the delivery of static files, particularly when serving a large number of files, by mapping them more efficiently and applying optimization like bundling and compression during the build. It provides a cleaner, performance-enhanced approach to handling static assets compared to the old app.use static files method, reducing server load and improving client-side loading times. This optimization is especially useful for projects with many static resources like CSS, JavaScript, and images, enhancing the overall performance of the application. Next part is about improved server-side reconnection experience. Blazor server apps in .NET 9 now have an improved reconnection process. This enhances the ability to retain user sessions during connection loss and reconnection, providing a seamless experience. Use disruptions are minimized, meaning fewer lost sessions and a smoother transition during temporary network outages. In this snippet related to Blazor and .NET 9, the focus is on reconnection strategies for Blazor circuits. This starts the Blazor app, and then circuit.reconnection options specifies how the app handles reconnecting when the user loses connection. And here this function defines the delay between reconnection attempts. It takes two parameters, previous attempts and max retries. If the number of attempts exceeds max retries, the retry is cancelled. Otherwise, the interval increases by 1000 milliseconds for each attempt. This logic helps to improve the user experience by progressively attempting to reconnect based on previous failures. Another thing that's worth mentioning is this server-side rendering. Server-side rendering allows certain parts of Blazor app to be rendered on the server first, making content available faster to the end user and improving SEO by having pre-rendered content. SEO and performance are enhanced by pre-rendering pages, and static pages can still have interactively on the client side. This code snippet demonstrates static server-side rendering in Blazor web apps, a feature introduced in .NET 9. It uses the head outlet and routes components with a customizable render mode. Head outlet controls how the head content, like metadata, is rendered based on the render mode. Cascading parameter for HTTP context checks if the client accepts interactive routing using HTTP context that accepts interactive routing. And finally, page render mode switches between interactive server or static rendering based on whether interactive routing is supported. This SSR feature helps to balance static and interactive page rendering for better performance and flexibility in Blazor applications. Another topic that I found interesting, and we can find it by searching this document, is the discussion on minimal APIs. In .NET 9, minimal APIs have added two new methods, internal server error and generic type internal server error. These methods provide a simplified way to return HTTP 500 responses from minimal API endpoints. Internal server error returns a general 500 status code without a response body, but generic type internal server error allows you to include a typed response body along with the error status, offering more flexibility when sending error details in a structured format. And the last topic we want to talk about relates to OpenAPI in .NET 9. In .NET 9, built-in support for OpenAPI document generation has been enhanced to make API development more streamlined. This allows developers to automatically generate OpenAPI documentation, formerly known as Swagger, for their minimal APIs or traditional APIs without requiring extensive setup. The new improvements provide easier integration with API documentation tools, giving clearer insight into endpoints, request response format, and other details. Here we have OpenAPI code snippet, and I'm gonna break it down for you. First, we have web application that create builder method. This line initializes the application with everything needed to get the web app running. Next, builder.services.add OpenAPI brings in support for OpenAPI, which generates automatic documentation for your API. It's like your API's instruction manual that's auto-created. App.map OpenAPI maps OpenAPI routes, allowing the Swagger UI to be generated. App.mapGet creates a simple get endpoint. When you hit this API, it greets you by name, perfect for demo purposes. And finally, app.run starts the application. Also, you can install this package in the project using the following command. Super simple and clean. This snippet shows how easy it is to integrate OpenAPI with minimal APIs in .NET 9. You can build, document, and test APIs effortlessly. Alright, today we were able to go over some of the new features and improvements in .NET 9 together. I'll drop the link to this section in the video description so you can explore the rest of these updates on your own. There are so many enhancements that it's impossible to cover all of them in this video. Remember that .NET 9 is expected to be officially released at the .NET Conf 2024, which will be held from November 12th to November 14th, 2024. This is when the final stable version will be made available to the public. Alright, that's it for today's video. I hope you found this helpful as we went through some of the awesome new features in .NET 9. If you enjoyed the content, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any updates on .NET and other tech topics. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. And remember, the link to the full details is in the description below. Catch you soon.